We don't have a quorum, but what we'll do is we'll call the meeting to order and have the hearing and then come back on a Friday. I appreciate you all coming down here. Jeffrey's not here today and asked that we handle the bill in his absence. So why don't we go ahead and get started. Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Alderman Bosley.
Okay. Patrick's going to get him, it looks like.
Alderman Kennedy.
I know.
Alderman Conway.
Present.
Alderwoman Cruzen. Alderman Moore. Alderwoman Davis. Alderman French.
Present.
Alderman Carter. Alderman Coulter. Alderwoman Spencer. Present. Alderwoman Green. Chairman Rhodey.
Present.
5 present.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, what's your name? I should probably know it. I'm sure we've talked on it. I'm sorry?
Bob Wardy.
Oh, Bob, thanks. I talk to you on the phone all the time, just never get to see people. Why don't you step up, Bob, and tell us about what's going on with this Board Bill 205.
Okay, I'm Bob Gordy, zoning plan examiner for the city. This is the board bill that will rezone one parcel of land. The purpose of this is so the parcel of land in question is currently Zone G, commercial, local commercial and office district. The rest of this property in the surrounding area, which is going to be used as a retention basin by MSD, all those parcels will be consolidated into one lot. They are Zone C, a multifamily residential zoning designation. So as a matter of policy in the zoning section, we do not allow the combination of lots that have different zoning designations on them. So the purpose of this is to convert the one lot currently Zone G to a C zoning designation and subsequently allow it to be combined with all the other parcels that will comprise this retention basin. As part of this, MSD has also had to vacate portions of Hebert, Ashland, and Blackstone Avenue in order to be able to consolidate all these properties into one parcel. It's been through the Planning Commission. This actually was initiated by the Planning Commission, and I understand that as a follow-up they're going to have to do some changes to this strategic land use map. But for right now the board's just looking at the rezoning of one parcel so that we can combine it with the others to allow for the construction of this retention basin.
And it's going to be Zone C, is that right?
It'll be Zone C. The whole entire parcel will be Zone C, multiple family residential.
Is that typical? Like a retention, you won't be able to build anything else on that, would you?
No, they won't. Once they've built this, it'll be fenced off, and it'll be for overflow of storm drainage, and so there will be no other future use for the parcel.
Bob, for edification, can you explain the process for zoning? I presume all the zoning stuff has to go through planning, is that right?
It starts with the Planning Commission, and they have passed on a recommendation that this be approved. And once it goes, after that goes for a first reading at the Board of Aldermen, and that's through the sponsorship of the Alderman himself, Mr. Boyd. And after first reading, then it's set for this HUD's committee meeting, after which it goes back to the Board for final processing.
Okay. If there's any questions, Alderman Bosley is not present. Alderman Conway, any questions? No. Alderwoman Cruzen?
No questions.
Alderman French?
No questions.
Alderwoman Spencer?
I was just looking at the map here. What's on the east? I guess that's the west side.
The very west is an apartment complex that fronts on Goodfellow Place and Goodfellow Boulevard itself. This parcel that's in question was the rear of their property. It was split off from the main portion of the apartment complex itself so that MSD could buy it, and now we have to go through the rezoning to allow for the combination of that specific parcel with the rest of the properties for this retention basin.
Then it'll be owned by MSD?
It's all owned by MSD. I believe it's all owned by MSD now. And they've actually had to do some swaps with the church that's on Quira Avenue to acquire some of these properties. You're welcome.
Okay. Bob, could you, before we adjourn, could you explain for me, I've been trying to, I send out emails to Mary and Dale, and what are their posting requirements? Do you for your, because, you know, have been trying to tell them to consolidate I let them have a hearing because when they need to advertise something, we're under time frame, but to come down here just for one bill like this is kind of a, not only do we have trouble getting quorums, but it's kind of a waste of everybody's time for 5-minute meeting. I keep asking the two of them to coordinate their advertising schedule so that we can kind of cluster the board bills so that we're not doing this for one board, coming down here. So can you reiterate that to her?
Yeah, I understand. I know Mary, as the zoning administrator, does a lot of rezonings to clear up issues like this all across the city. I think she would prefer to send them all to one hearing as possible to save everybody's time. How this one got on by itself, I'm not sure. I really wasn't involved up until this point with the project.
Okay, yeah, it's just I'm getting calls and emails from both of them saying that we have deadlines, we have to have hearings and stuff, and it's like, if we could kind of cluster them all and
sure.
Fewer meetings. I keep trying to express that in emails, but
I get the impression, apparently this is the only thing on today's agenda.
Yes.
And so, yeah, if this could have been put on another agenda with some others, it would have been more efficient.
Yeah.
Efficient use of time. I'll relay that concern to her.
Okay, thank you. And
sure.
If we need to, we'll try to get her and Dale to sit down, and we'll have to, I try to avoid having a real firm schedule just simply because things come up and we don't want to be in a position where we're not having a hearing and stopping the city's business. But on the other hand, drag us all down here for a bill like this that
sure.
could have easily been handled when we're down here handling other stuff would have been better.
No, that's understood.
Okay, we don't have a quorum today, so I guess, what are our requirements for posting for Friday? So, okay.
You have to have 24-hour notice so you can post it. But we have a meeting Friday at 9, and then we have the full board meeting at 10. So we could have this at 9:30 possibly.
Okay.
Just to get a vote.
Yeah, why don't we go ahead and shoot for 9:30, thinking that we'll do Aldermanic time and be there at 5 till 10, so.
Okay.
Donna, what's the 9 o'clock meeting Friday?
Ways and means.
I didn't.
No, it just, Alderman Conway just said, and it's already posted. So he just said,
Oh, so we haven't been informed yet.
right, it's
We don't
just
know
been
that
put
yet.
on the calendar.
Okay.
Okay, I guess I don't take a motion because we don't have a quorum, or do I, to adjourn? We just adjourn.
Until Friday
We'll adjourn till Friday then.
at 9:30?
Yeah, we'll make it 9:30.
Will Mary be notified?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right.
Friday at 9:30.
Okay, thank you.